What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Same Difference podcast.
Is this thing on?
Hello, friend.
Yo, happy Sunday.
What's going on, girl?
Nothing. I'm real zen because I just got out of a tough workout. So that's kind of why I'm right here. But anyway, it's been a lovely weekend, I must say. A good week too.
Okay.
What about you?
It's been a cool little 24 hours.
What you been doing?
I've been doing some things. I've been going out or whatever. I'm a little disappointed in myself because y'all know I had told y'all that I always say I'm going to go out and then I think of any little reason to be like, yeah, I'm not going. So I almost did it yesterday because I couldn't find the bra that I wanted to wear with the top that I wanted to wear. And I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to go. And then I had to check myself and I was like, Joy, really? Really? This you about to change your mind about going out over this one bra and this one shirt. You ain't really want to go then, did you? And then tomorrow you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, I should have went out. Don't do that. So I said, you know what? I'm going. So I went. I was going to two different places. First, I was going to a wine bar to get some food and drinks. And then I was going to this little, I don't know what it was, but I know they was having live music. But then I ended up coming. It was like kind of like a gap of time between where I was and where I was going. And I made the mistake of just coming back and like laying across the bed for a little while to catch my breath. And the breath caught me in sleep.
Caught some Z's instead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so where'd you go? Tell me about the place you went to. Oh, is this your favorite wine bar that you go to? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
oh, regular. That's cute. I like that.
Yeah. They just never disappoint. It's always a good vibe. And they actually had a live saxophonist in there.
Cute.
So if you want to go to
my reel.
If you want to go to my Instagram or my TikTok, you'll be able to see just a shortened version of. And then I was upset too because I'm like, the whole part of the purpose of you, not purpose, but part of what you want to do when you went out was get some content. And so you can't get the content if you don't actually go. That's kind of how that works.
That part.
So I was like, but that's okay. I still have plans to go somewhere on Tuesday. I'm actually going somewhere again. Okay, so I had these big plans Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. That was going to be like my weekend. So Saturday, yesterday, I missed one part, but I at least didn't make an excuse and I went somewhere. Today, I'm going to an influencer networking event. And it's at this rooftop bar too, but I'm a little bit, it's like it's raining today. Like it's been raining since yesterday, like Orlando of all the times, really. And then Tuesday I am going to, remember when I told you I went to that real grown and sexy R&B night, and this is where I met Cigarette Breath.
Yep.
They're having that again this Tuesday, so I'm gonna go to that.
Cigarette breath.
I hope I don't run into Marlboro Lights while I'm there. But
that's too funny. There's an R&B event, like a sing along situation that's happening tonight, and I met this guy a while back at this party, and he hosts all these events. So we had exchanged social media, and he had hit me up and was like, "You should get tickets and come out." And then I saw yesterday that it sold out. So even if I thought I was gonna go, I can't go.
Can't pay at the door.
I don't think so. I mean, I could hit him up and be like, "Hey, can you make an exception and let me in?" And check it out. We'll see. I am just really focused on saving money because when you go outside in Chicago, it costs every time.
You
it's
step
cold.
your toe out the door and it's the bill starts to rack
$40. It's cold here. It's really sunny and bright and beautiful, but it's cold and windy, so it's like, no, I don't want to do that. And then remember, I told you I rearranged my place and I don't want to leave. So I deep cleaned the kitchen yesterday. I'm going to deep clean my bathroom today. I do think I'm going to go see this movie called American Fiction, take myself on a little solo date. Um, I went to see it already, but I fell asleep, so I want to go see it again.
Friend, how did you fall?
You know how I fell asleep.
I was about, and that's why I just stopped myself because
Okay.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
you already know what time it was. So
You funny.
but this week was lovely, really productive. I ate all my grapes like a big girl. I have one banana left that I'm going to eat like a big girl. So I feel really good about knocking down my fruits before they spoil. Um, I hit a really hard workout class 3 times this week, making a total of, I worked out 4 days this week, 4 day or 5 days this week, which is impressive. Personal best for me.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I'm feeling good. I can see my abs and my obliques. I still have a layer of flab on top, but we're working on it. There's flab,
Okay,
girl. I was
friend.
getting mad too. Like, damn, I was in the gym. I was looking and I was doing my little move and stuff, and I was like, oh, I could see it. And then I like got in the shower and I was just like, not anymore.
Girl,
But
you're
this
a trip.
flab, it's just loose belly fat. I'm gonna really have to just give up the drink. I'm gonna have to give up the alcohol so I can be in my fullest bad bitch form. But we're gonna get there. Just whatever. But anyway, what do you have upcoming this week? Oh, I guess that's a question we ask at the end. So,
Okay. We'll save it for the end.
well, your lashes look gorgeous. Tell us about them.
My sister told me about these lashes from, excuse me, Amazon. They come 7 in a pack, and they're $10, and they're bomb as fuck. Like, look at these, y'all.
I've
They are
I've
bomb.
gotten lately. All the lashes I've been wearing have been from Amazon. I call it L'Amazon.
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
$10 for 7 pairs of
Yes,
lashes. You can't get that nowhere in no store.
and I wear my
Not even at a
lashes two
beauty supply.
times before I toss them.
Same.
Maybe even three, depending on how much glue I needed to use to get them on.
Now I did something I don't normally do because I had came in the house. Remember, I was gonna catch my breath, but like you said, I caught disease instead, and I ended up falling asleep with this on my face. But the catch is, it's not. It's makeup, but it's not a full face of makeup. So I've only
Mhm.
been wearing concealer lately. I do not have any foundation on.
Okay.
So some of my like hyperpigmentation, you can kind of see here, and a couple spots over here, but I'm okay with that. Like, I don't need every blemish gone off of my face. Like, that's not realistic. It's not my
Right.
skin's reality. And it doesn't look bad. It just looks like a regular face.
Like
So
I'm
I get
not
the
an
thing.
Instagram filter. I am a human being. So.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
I don't want to meet nobody in person and they be like, oh, God
You look a little
damn.
different.
Right. Exactly. And no face app. We don't do that. So I just put concealer under my eyes, and then I found these two new setting powders that I like. They are from a black-owned brand, Black Radiance, which I got put onto Black Radiance way back when I lived in Cleveland, and it was sold at CVS. But they are
Mhm.
in Target now. And what I've been doing is, if I'm going out like last night, like I did, and I want a little bit of an elevated look, I will use the second. The shades they have at Target is only 3. I don't know if they have more shades than that, but I have the second shade and the third shade. Now, the second shade I wear when I'm going out, like yesterday, if I want like an elevated look and I want to be a little bit lighter under the eye. I think that is called Honeymoon. And then the one under that, the third shade, is a darker shade. It's more relative to my actual skin tone. So if I decide to go somewhere during the day and I put a little concealer on, I will go in with that one. I don't want to look, super done
Mhm.
up, but I just want to
Mhm.
be a little bit more blended. That one is called, I think, Cocoa Kisses.
Okay. I like
So
this
and I'm really,
name.
and I'm really liking them. I always want to get something, child. Every time I find something, I be like, ooh, I know where to go good with that. Or, ooh, wonder if I can. So but that's what's going on. I think this is going to be kind of like my go-to just going forward because I just don't have the desire to have foundation on. Like I'm not spending all this time and spending all this money and going
Mhm.
through all this rigmarole routine with my skincare to just cover it up with foundation. Like my
Mhm.
skin is the foundation. So
Exactly. I'm not a
yeah.
big foundation. I only wear foundation when I'm putting on, like when I'm going somewhere and I, like you said, I want a more elevated look and I need like a full beat. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm a powder girl. I put a little powder on, some concealer, um, my mascara, lip gloss, call it a day.
Yeah.
I'll throw a lash on, but I like my skin, and I have, shout out to good genes, but the times that I have put foundation on, it's too much full coverage for me. Like, I need
Mm-hmm.
something that's just lightweight. Like, I don't need all that shit. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna keep it a bean. I don't need all of that. Thank
Mm-hmm.
goodness. So
Don't let the makeup girls hear you say that, child.
I
And I
do.
get it.
Say
Like,
what?
well, because sometimes the completely natural warriors be on TikTok or Twitter talking about I wear my natural hair and I don't wear makeup and da 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 da,
I
and
said I
it's like
don't wear foundation a
but
lot.
you
I wear
could,
makeup.
but you should sometimes, and I
I
get
said I
that.
don't wear foundation. I didn't say I don't wear
Yeah,
makeup
and
because
I
the
get
makeup girls
that,
can't
but
come for me.
I think just because everything is so accessible via the internet and being able to see people do their makeup, that now people feel like, okay, I gotta have a foundation, a concealer, a bronzer, a blush, a brow, a lash, and it's like you don't
And
need
that's why your
like.
skin is bad and you look tired at 25.
Mm-hmm. That is what when I some of the conversation I had been seeing going on TikTok too was about the younger girls, the girls in their 20s looking older than the girls in their 30s. The 30s are the ones that are looking younger, and it's because we wasn't putting all that on our face all
Exactly.
the time like y'all are. Like y'all, it's down to the teeny bopper girls, the 11s and 12-year-olds are going into Sephora looking for eye cream. Baby, you have perfect skin. I'm
Right.
using the eye cream so it can look like yours. But it's like you start putting all of that stuff on your face so early, so often.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, friend. Give us a little face. Look at you. Suck them
The
glasses.
glasses
Right.
were getting on my nerves. It
Okay.
wasn't
All
working
right.
for me. All I could see was like computer screen and just like words and computer screen. So I'm like, no, we'll just fuck it.
But yeah, just a quick plug. I do have more skincare tips on my TikTok page. I have some more stuff. I'm gonna try to put this one video up today before I go to this event. But let's while we're taking the time and we're investing in our skin and creating a routine and finding what works, let's actually wear our skin more often and stop covering her up
Mm-hmm.
with so many products. It just defeats the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Hmm. So what you got for today, friend? I know you told me earlier in the week that it was some stuff you wanted to
I
talk
just seen
about
it.
on the podcast today.
I seen a couple things that I thought would be some good subject matter. I know we are, staying away from like celebrity topics. But one obviously is about a celebrity, but I think we can kind of segue into like a larger conversation about like mistakes that you've made in the past, how you grow from them, how you move forward, and second chances. And then the other was a TikTok video that has recirculated relative to interracial dating and the vitriol from black men towards this young woman, and then Kelly Rowland and her kerfuffle with the Today Show. So
Mm.
which
Let's start with
with
Kelly.
a which the larger issue at hand is, why do black women have to just take, just take whatever
Whatever is thrown at them.
and just accept it and swallow it. And it's like Kelly Calendria Rowland, the Kelly Rowland, a child of destiny. Like,
Mm.
come on,
Mm.
come on.
Mm.
So
Well,
basically,
I know she's doing a press run right now because she's starring in the Netflix, the Tyler Perry's movie. Is it
it's
on?
called Mea Culpa on Netflix.
Yeah,
Are you going to watch?
I am.
Okay,
And
okay,
when it's something like that, I'm absolutely gonna watch.
okay.
Um, which I had saw a lot of like I saw like the red carpet for, I guess they did like a premiere night, and her good sis Yippee Yo Kaye and her husband were there.
Don't
I'm
disrespect Beyonce.
Oh no, I say that with the utmost enthusiasm for her country act two that she got coming up. It's just so funny that last week we talked about Jay-Z and everything that he said the night of the Grammys, and then Beyonce coming out with her new music and it being country, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like everybody's outside. Beyonce's outside,
Mm-hmm.
Kelly's outside. But yeah, I saw the premiere. So I'm assuming that Kelly was, doing this press run. She got invited to, was it co-host with Hoda
Yep, on
on
the
the
Today
Today
Show.
Show?
Yep.
So part of the conversation that I saw was, if Kelly was going to be a part co-host, why didn't y'all give her the bigger dressing room as opposed to giving it to J Lo, who was there
As
to
a guest.
promote an album? Like Kelly wasn't. Sorry, y'all. I feel like this screen is a little. There we go. Because I was traveling and my fingers was all over my computer. But Kelly wasn't. Kelly was there for like a long
The host.
segment. Yeah, she was there to host, and so it's not even like it's not. It's hard for me to understand how other people can't understand, or why the Today Show didn't do what was right and give her the correct accommodations for
Mm-hmm.
doing, you
Mm-hmm.
know, for co-hosting.
Even if Kelly Rowland was a guest, I would have expected them to provide her with a very nice,
Mm-hmm.
dressing room. Even if it wasn't the main one or one of the bigger ones or one of the main anchors' dressing rooms, if Beyonce was going there to promote a movie or her album, y'all giving her the main thing, the whole top
Mm-hmm.
row, the whole
Mm-hmm.
fucking floor. I don't understand why you would invite an A-list celebrity such as Kelly Rowland, who not only can, go there and show off her wonderful, beautiful personality, but we know her history. We know who she is as a singer, songwriter, and artist, as a member of Destiny's Child, as a solo artist, and now actress who's in a high profile film on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix, produced, written, and directed by Tyler Perry. Like, and then you're gonna be you're hosting with Hoda Kotb. So like I don't get why you guys were going to throw her in some little shit box of a room. She
Mm-hmm.
has a team. She's got glam. She's got stylists. They've got stuff that they've got to lay out and prepare for her so she can look her best and perform her best on your network. And you want to put her in a little a Cracker Jack box and then have the nerve to put out to the press that she was upset with her room and she left. Kelly
As
Rowland
she should have been. Kelly don't never. You ain't
doesn't
never heard
bother
Kelly
anybody.
wrapped up, and you ain't never heard her wrapped up in no nonsense. She
Never,
never made
ever.
no waves. So if it was that bad for her to say, you know what, I'm not gonna accept this and leaving, then it was that bad.
It
Whatever she
was,
said it
yeah.
was is exactly what it was.
And it would have been nice for the Today Show or whoever to, no one's ever going to say, you know what,
We messed up.
we messed up and we
Mm-hmm.
apologize to Kelly Rowland for, the mistreatment and we would like to invite her back under better circumstances. They're not going to do that, but they're going to make it seem like Kelly was being a diva. But I
Well,
don't even know why this is a.
I don't I don't think anybody's going to believe that Kelly was being a diva. I think if anything, other shows going to be reaching out to her like, "Can you come on our show? Because baby, we gonna roll out the red carpet for you. We gonna have everything you need and some." Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that?
I bet you she got more bookings off of that incident. I bet you she did.
Why would you do that to Kelly Rowland? Of all celebrities, this isn't Tyla.
For somebody who was there to promote an album, said it was probably going to be live for 60 to 90 seconds.
Like this isn't. She's not some little up and comer that nobody knows. This is
Mm-hmm.
this A-list,
Mm-hmm.
A-list.
Mm-hmm.
So
It
I.
speaks to the bigger issue that again has just been
Mhm.
recirculating over the last couple of months with
Uh-huh.
Taraji and Monique, and I think that the floodgates are open now because I wonder if the Taraji incident hadn't occurred or hadn't been as recent, if Kelly would have just stayed, or if it's something that's kind of like heightened at the moment. And so it was like, okay, this is what Taraji is talking about. This is what Monique is talking about. This is what my sisters are dealing with. And I'm going to say no. The more people
Right,
that start
right.
saying no about stuff like this, the more of us won't have to start saying no because they'll get it right the first time, damn time.
Uh-huh. I want to know who fucked that up. Who in production? What intern? Who? Because they need to be fired.
Mm,
Honestly, how do
mm,
you fumble that? That is a professional fuck up of exponential proportions. Kelly might not ever come back to the Today Show, not even
she
as a
shouldn't.
guest.
She
Like
shouldn't.
I just don't know how things like that happen. And
I feel like she should never go back to the Today Show unless they not only make the correct accommodations but issue a public apology.
yes, yes.
That's the only reason she should ever go back.
And what's funny is they're putting out these headlines, and nobody cares. No one cares because
Mm-hmm.
it's Kelly Rowland,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all messed up. Whatever Kelly said y'all did that
Y'all did
shit.
that shit.
Y'all did it. So period. Oh well.
Yeah, it's still Black History Month, and stop playing with us. Not on any of the 365 or 66 days, but on Black History Month, please don't ever in your life
Hello.
try it.
Like I just,
Mm-hmm.
but why was she supposed to accept that?
Hmm.
Why was she supposed to say, you know what, it's fine, we'll make do?
Mm-hmm.
Why was she
And
supposed to?
it just really burns me up when people be like, you're always trying to make it a race issue, or why couldn't she? That could have been somebody else's dressing room. Black people saying something that happened doesn't make it wrong. The issue is what needs to be addressed, and the fact that people keep acting like it's not an issue when it's clear means you're part of the problem. And these are why the discussions have to keep happening.
Hmm. I mean, Kelly could have stayed in her hotel room and got herself ready for her segment if it was going to be like that. Just drop me off and I'm gonna walk right
But then
in.
she wouldn't have been. But then she wouldn't have been co-hosting. So pick which one you want, but you don't get both.
It's ridiculous. So, shout out to Kelly for standing on business and saying no thank you.
Shout
I'm
out to
not
Kelly for standing on business
I'm
and
not
saying,
accepting this.
"Stop fucking playing with me, yo."
Yep. I'm not accepting this. I don't have to accept this. And good luck finding a replacement. I'm out of here.
Well, I think that somebody else who stood on business in this Black History Month. Y'all know how I feel about it. I'm gonna let Pasha take the lead on Christopher Maurice Brown.
So the All-Star game is this weekend. I want to say it's wrapping up today. And every year they have a celebrity basketball game. And we all know that Chris Brown is a hooper.
Mm-hmm.
He has played in the game in years past. And he was asked to play again this year. And I guess Ruffles, who was the sponsor of the All-Star game, the celebrity game,
Mm-hmm.
had an issue with Chris Brown being invited to play. And so they came to Chris after they invited him. The NBA went to Chris and said, unfortunately, you no longer can play. This set him off, and rightfully so. And
Mm-hmm.
he put out an Instagram statement basically saying, I'm tired of y'all playing in my face. Leave me
Mm-hmm.
alone. You guys invited me, and then you want to turn
Mm-hmm.
around and uninvite me because Ruffles has an issue with me. Like, leave me alone and just let me go on about my business. And so I agree with Chris. Don't ever invite me anywhere and then turn around and uninvite me. Another
But,
example
but
of
then tell me I could come sit on the sideline.
come
Fuck
sit,
y'all.
come sit front row or court side.
Kiss
What?
my ass.
What? It ain't that serious for me. It's not that serious for me. Like, I'm not doing that. Don't invite me somewhere, then uninvite me. This is gross incompetence at a professional level. Why didn't
Mm-hmm.
y'all have y'all conversation with Ruffles and other sponsors before you extended invites to who was all going to be playing? How come
Mm-hmm.
Ruffles did not ask for a list of who was all going to be playing in the celebrity tournament so that they could approve it? Y'all done sent
Mm-hmm.
out this invite, and now y'all got to go back and tell this man he can't play, which is gonna, which just, ruffles his feathers even more. We look, Chris Brown's got anger issues, and it's
Mm-hmm.
something that he has been dealing with forever.
Mm.
What did you think that was going to do to his anger issues?
I don't think they expected him to go as public and show the emails like he did and speak his piece about it. But like when you say Chris Brown got anger issues, that's not even what the reason that he got uninvited. Let's talk about the reason that he got uninvited. Why is everybody still holding on to get off that
Mm-hmm.
goddamn city? Let that
Mm-hmm.
shit go.
She
Like I
did.
don't understand why is it only Chris Brown that is still being held to the fire for a mistake he made when he was a 17-year-old child. That does not mean that I think it was okay
Right.
or right, but when are we going to move the fuck on?
So, devil's advocate, the issue isn't just the incident with Rihanna at the Grammys back in,
You
what was
think
that?
it was more than that?
Well, there's been a series of incidents that he's been
Well, I'm not saying of the
involved
series of
in.
incidents that he's been involved with. I'm talking about the reason that Ruffles
I,
uninvited him.
I think it's all encompassing because
Okay.
what I was reading when I was reading the comments on the Shade Room, and there were people that were like, that happened when he was 17. It was a long time ago. Ree forgave him, da 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 da. But then you had other people in the comments saying, I think you guys are forgetting that this is somebody that has continuously had issues of domestic violence with women, issues of fighting, being rude, being argumentative. I mean, him and Usher got into it because he cussed out Tiana Taylor, and that was just last
That's
year.
true.
Um,
That's true.
you know, there's I don't this is rumors, but not his latest baby mama, but the son, the little boy, the baby
Mm-hmm.
mama of the little boy. I think there was some, a kerfuffle between them two. Obviously, Carucci had filed a restraining order against Chris and kind of outlined some of the abuse she suffered. He was in a rehab facility and got into it with his mom, and he threw a rock at the windshield of her car. And then before that, he went on a Good Morning America and tried to have a conversation with Robert Roberts and got all mad and huffy, called her a bitch, and destroyed the dressing room. So there has been a series of events that have happened after
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna that
Mm-hmm.
have shown, unfortunately, that maybe he has not grown. Maybe he has not dealt with his anger issues and really got to the root of the problem that prevents him from reacting, like an adult or like with some sense, or, kind of, giving him the tools to say, you know what, let me take a minute and get myself together before I freak out because I'm about to
Well, if
freak
all
out.
of those reasons, all of the things that you listed and mentioned, if all of those, including the incident that everybody knows, the bigger incident that happened almost 20 years ago, but if all of that is the reason that Ruffles said we do not want to sponsor an event with him playing in it, then they should have stood on fucking business, and they should have not issued a statement telling a blatant ass fucking lie,
Saying that they
saying
didn't.
that they didn't have nothing to do with it, that it wasn't them. No. Oh no, no. The all the other people who put the event together put Chris on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So who else would it have been that said you are not going to have him play? Whatever you said and whatever you did behind the scenes, now that it's been put on the stage, you got to stand on that. You
Stand
got
on
to
it.
own it. Don't
Mm-hmm.
try to back it up now. And he posted that as well. Like, no, don't try to throw the rock and hide your hand now. Don't turn them comments off
Like, I
now.
know what you said.
Right,
I have the
right.
emails.
Because the bottom line is Chris Brown is still a superstar. People
Mm-hmm.
do still care about what he's doing. They want to see him. They
They go
go
to
to the
his
shows.
shows.
They buy the albums. They buy the merch. He is still who he is. None of that negates what his personal life may be like. But I still do not understand why is it Chris Brown that is the one that got to be hung on the cross for this shit? Because he is not the first
He is
singer,
not.
songwriter, artist, superstar, musician, and I name all of those accolades because there are other songwriters, singers, musicians, artists who even before Chris Brown have been involved in
Mm-hmm.
domestic incidences,
Mm-hmm.
drunk driving incidences, sexual assault,
Mm-hmm.
accusations. None of them seem to go through any of this stuff that Chris Brown goes through when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to just making an appearance in a celebrity basketball game. Like nobody else goes through that. Why is it Chris? Why him?
It's interesting because one of the names that came up was Robert Downey Jr.
Hmm.
And I'm not, I didn't really know much about Robert Downey Jr. He was like a big bad boy in the 90s or whatever. I was a kid in the 90s and I wasn't following like white actors like that
Mm-hmm.
as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm like obsessed with movies, we all know who, Robert Downey Jr. is. And he made
Right.
a 150, I don't, I don't want to say 150,000% like turnaround, but he did a complete 180.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of his trials and tribulations included domestic violence, but he did use drugs. He did drink a lot, and he had multiple DUIs. He was like Lindsay Lohan.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay Lohan before she got, when she got on the
Mm-hmm.
scene or whatever. He was a hot mess, but he bounced back from that. And then he went on to do Iron Man, which was kind of like his comeback role, and then more or less launched him into the stratosphere, and now he is nominated for an Oscar for his role in Oppenheimer. And so, that is a redemption story that people love. They love to tell. They embrace him. They love him, and they treat him so well as a
Right. That's the
result.
thing. They treat him so well and they make space for him to redeem himself.
And so my thing is, why is the same space not being made for Chris Brown?
Because like when you say he was like more notoriety, or more some of his shortcomings were more prevalent in the 90s. We also have to take into account the things that happened in the 90s that we know about can't possibly we seeing it now, can't possibly be all that happened because social media wasn't around.
Right.
Camera crews, following you and watching your every move and reporting on every little thing. Like, if we really went back to the 90s, we could have a much longer list of people who were
Mm-hmm.
involved in some nonsense and some stuff they wouldn't want nobody to know about. But because there is a bigger camera lens on everybody now,
Mm-hmm.
is why you hear more about things like this. Like, I remember when I was in the 90s, like Kid Rock was in the news all the time for
Mm-hmm.
some of the same things as Chris Brown, Dennis Rodman. Like,
Yep.
there were the 90s had bad boys.
Oh yeah.
Like, let's be clear. But it seems like those things weren't continuously like put back into the spotlight every time they had a shortcoming, reminding you over and over and over
Mm-hmm.
and over. But it's something that they do with him. I saw some comments that were saying y'all really not gonna appreciate Chris Brown for who he is until he's in the grave. That's when y'all gonna start talking about
Yep.
how much influence he has and how much
Yep.
talent he has. And again, it is not to negate his shortcomings
Right.
on a personal level, but he wasn't there for personal reasons. He was there as a celebrity in a celebrity basketball
And he
game.
can hoop.
Yeah,
He can hoop. He's like
right.
he can draw, paint, sing, dance, rap, play basketball. He's multi-talented. He's a tortured artist.
He
He's a
is a
genius.
superstar.
He is a superstar. Michael Jackson was prepared to hand down the crown. Michael was preparing to like say, "Hey, this is kind of like my heir apparent. No disrespect to Usher, but this is kind of my heir apparent right here." And then,
Mm-hmm.
shit hit the fan with him and Rihanna, and it's just like, everyone's like, well, nothing happened to Rihanna. There are some things that happened to Rihanna. She lost her CoverGirl contract as a result of that. And I think that there were some people, some higher ups that knew what happened. And they said, you know what? He's not going to be doing anything with Double Mint anymore. We can't have her representing CoverGirl anymore. I think
Mm-hmm.
somebody knew something and snatched that shit from her. But
Mm-hmm.
she's bounced back since then. Fuck CoverGirl. We got Fenty, baby, Fenty Beauty. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
billionaire. But again, she's been able to move past it. She was able to go back to Chris Brown and date him again, sitting courtside at the Laker game on Christmas with him.
Everybody moved on except for, well, Rihanna moved on, and everybody else didn't. Sounds like so.
And it's like,
Yeah.
she gave the interview. She told the story about how it was a fight. He didn't just haul off and whoop her ass. It was a fight,
Mm-hmm.
meaning
Mm-hmm.
she was
She was hitting him
she was
too,
hitting him too. But
but
nobody,
of course he's not going to have the bruises and the marks like she is because she's a woman. We
right,
get it. I get it. Like, I'm never going to make any excuse for that. These are conversations that I've had with both of my little brothers. Like, you just can't do it. You
right.
just can't. You're a man and you have a different level of strength, and you can't do it.
It's just a
Simple
bad
as
look.
that.
It's just it's
Yeah.
it's just a bad look. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, Jonathan Majors is having his experience. And not only is he having this experience, you was, hitting on a white woman and getting,
Hmm.
which, so you're done. You're cooked. You're cooked. Like, I don't you can parade around with Megan Good's fine ass all you want to. It ain't changing shit, baby. You not getting another job. You
Mm.
gonna be doing Tubi movies.
Mm.
Tubi movies.
Mm.
And speaking of Dennis Rodman, he was in talks to play Dennis Rodman because they're making a film about him. He is
Mm.
fired. He is fired
Mm.
from that film. So now they have to find somebody else.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
I would like to put Kelvin Harrison Jr.'s name in the hat because he could play Dennis Rodman. He looks like him. That's the only person I could think of because who else is going to play Dennis Rodman that's like big and has like that, you
Mm.
know, you know, it fit because what's the man name? Oh, Jonathan Majors and Dennis Rodman have similar features or whatever, and they're both big and muscular, and it would have been great. But also Kelvin Harrison, he's a great actor. He's a really good actor. He would be able to do
Mm.
it too, but he's just not.
Mm.
He's younger and he's not like as big and brolic, so I don't know how that will work. But yeah, he's fired, and he's never going to bounce back from that. And there's three sides to a story. I would have liked for Chris to I would have loved for us to allow him to redeem himself.
Yeah.
I thought when he did the BET tribute to Michael Jackson that we were at the start. When he performed Man in the Mirror and couldn't get through it because he was crying so hard, I thought that was when we were going to be like, all right, let's give this young man a break. Let
Mm-hmm.
is there anybody that's kind of pulled him to the side like, hey nigga, why you always tripping? Why you always doing this? Why you always doing that? Like, is there nobody that's doing that, and why?
Well, I don't think it. I mean, see, that to me, that don't really matter because Chris Brown is a big grown man. Okay, so you
Oh,
shouldn't
and
need
he will
nobody
let
to
you
pull
know
you
he
to
a
the
grown man,
side.
and I think that's part of the problem. I think he also has been very resistant to
Mm.
maybe some of the things that would have helped him redeem himself and look better, you know?
I don't know if he's been resistant. I think that he has been. It is hard to say. It's hard to look at somebody and say yes, they're taking accountability when they also will always speak to being done wrong at the same time because two things can be true at the
Yes,
same time.
yes, of course.
So I think that there's been a lot of throwing shit in his face and treating him maybe not the way he would have been treated if the incident didn't happen. So it's like I can make all the strides and try to be a better person and you know when things like this happen and he's speaking on it, it's like he always got to say something. Or he's showing you he angry. And it's like we don't even know what else Chris Brown ain't spoke on that has happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. But he's choosing to speak up on this because it's ridiculous, and it
Wrong.
is.
It's wrong.
There's
What
never
Ruffles
going to
did
be
in the
anything
NBA,
wrong with speaking up about something that isn't right.
they
Like
were
it just
wrong.
the double edged sword with that to me just does not make sense. How can I be in the wrong for speaking up about something that's wrong?
Right. I
No.
what the way the NBA and Ruffles handled that situation was wrong, and Chris spoke on it, and it is what it is. Just
Well,
because
how much of that? I wonder how much of that the NBA had to do with because, like you said, Chris has played in a plethora of celebrity games before this, so the NBA ain't never had a problem with it before. It seems like
it was
this one
Ruffles,
was on
it
Ruffles.
was Ruffles,
Yeah, it
but
was on Ruffles, and
again,
y'all and they got to stand. I don't like the fact that they tried to issue a statement like it wasn't them, like because see,
because it wasn't the NBA, because he, like
because
you
that
said, he's
because
played already.
right because see then that would ignite me. That would burn me up. That would fuel me
Hmm.
even more. I would be ready to come 10 times harder because now you playing in my face. Now
Hmm.
you trying to make me out to be the liar when this was on you. You did this, and that so it's like
Hmm.
you throwing a rock and hat in your hand, and now I'm not gonna be upset about that either. Nah, man. Y'all can't keep doing that to him. Y'all
Mm-mm.
cannot keep doing that to him. And the longer that black people allow Chris to be done wrong, it opens the door for them to do us all wrong.
Hmm.
Same thing with Taraji. If Taraji never said nothing, it doesn't mean that magically they're going to start treating black actresses like they should. But the more people that speak up, well, Monique was the first one. The more people that speak up, Taraji, the more people that speak up, Kelly Rowland,
Hmm.
the less likely it is going to continue to happen because they
Hmm.
know we finna say something.
Hmm. Yep. And like he said, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Listen, the NBA can't have nothing wrong. Can't see nothing wrong with Chris Brown. Like I said, he's played in celebrity games before this, but baby, they got a pit bull dog on the NBA's roster named Draymond Green, and he ain't been kicked out the league yet. So I don't know how they could ever say anything about Christopher Maurice.
He
that
I
name,
hate him. I just
Trayvon,
do
is
not
a
I don't like
nigga.
anything about him. He lives to be an asshole. He enjoys it. And it's just like I want he ain't got his block knocked off. He ain't look, he ain't getting beat up, okay?
No, he ain't. He
But
ain't.
ain't nobody ever you ain't never got your shit rocked before because
Mhm.
you just so flagrant and annoying. Like Jesus Christ. I wonder how Steph and Clay. I wonder how his teammates handle him and deal with him.
Right, like Draymond, like you starting. We need you,
You
bro. What are
you
you
don't
doing?
play well with others. I know your report card said don't play well with others because you always, talking shit, hitting somebody, trying like what is and how old is he? Well into his 30s, right? Yeah. Chris Brown could have played. Shit. I would have liked to see the two of them come to
You know
blows. Now that would have been what? Now that's pay per view. I would pay for that. That's some television I would pay to watch.
Oh,
Yes.
oh my gosh, that would have been funny.
Hell
Yeah, that
yeah.
would have been something.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm sad for Chris Brown because even if he did everything he needed to do to kind of get his mind right and heal and move on and be a better, healthier person, this is always just always just gonna make its way, or it's always gonna orbit and kind of make its way around and be in the kind, like it's just gonna, it's a part of his legacy, unfortunately. Like his
Mhm.
reputation is forever tarnished. And
Mhm.
I wish it wasn't that, because he is incredibly talented. He deserves all of the shine. And he could have been a Super Bowl performer. He's got a catalog. He does
He'll
the
never perform
performance.
at the
And
Super Bowl.
oh,
He'll
well,
never
I mean, with
perform.
all them rapists and domestic abusers on them fucking teams, why not?
True. True.
He's
But
a
I don't think he'll ever do that. It would be too much of it would be just too much backlash with that.
I'm just saying, he's got that
He's got
talent.
the capacity as an
Yes,
entertainer with a
yes,
catalog in order to entertain and perform at Super Bowl level. Absolutely.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
speaking of Super Bowl, really quickly, I just want
hmm
to ask your opinion. So Usher got married, right, during Super Bowl weekend.
We briefly mentioned that, and we was
hmm
like, we don't have no words, and I was like, girl, me either, and we went on with it.
So he's been, making the rounds, doing press, giving interviews, and he gave an interview about how he felt judged and criticized for, his first marriage to Tamika Raymond, or Tamika
What
Foster
interview was
Raymond.
this?
I don't know who he was talking to. I don't know
Okay,
what
okay.
publication, but basically he said, I married this black woman who was older than me, and I was ridiculed and I was judged and I was criticized, and it really hurt me. It really hurt me
Mm-mm.
that, I was talked about in that way because I wanted to be with this woman. And I find it interesting that, once the headlines kind of, once we saw the headline that he got married and we saw who he got married to, that now the conversation has turned from, oh, he married, like, why he married her, yada yada yada, to, well, when I did marry a black lady, y'all was acting like A, B, C, D, and E. And I'm like, ooh, mm.
Can't
because I
be wrong when it's right.
because I definitely was like, why he married that old lady? She ain't even all that. But I was like 17 and dumb. I ain't know shit. But like,
Right.
I definitely felt like she was not. And Tamika Raymond is a very beautiful lady. She's a pretty lady, but I just felt like Ursher, that's who you want to marry and have kids
You
with?
know really what it was? People were just so stuck on him and Chili. And
Yes.
so it really didn't matter who it was. That was always going to be the conversation because people love them together so much.
And
I
what do you
truly
think
believe
about him
that.
saying that he was just completely broken when she declined his engagement? If you don't shut the fuck up, you just got married. Please do not talk about the
Well, he's
woman who
only
proposed.
answering questions. He's only answering the questions that he's asked. So, I mean, if they ask him about him and Chili, he can't do nothing but respond honestly. Like he did just
I'm
get
remarried
married.
now, and that was a relationship from 20 years ago. I would rather not discuss.
He could have said that.
Though you're not about to
Um,
be, you're not
but
going to
when
be
did I
tapped no
just wonder
publication.
when did he ask Chili to marry him before or after he cheated on her?
Probably after.
So what was you heard about? Because I think she was hurt first, sweetie.
Why did you think she was going to say yeah?
I think maybe she probably would have because Chili's spoken about like Usher being a serious love of hers in her life before.
hmm
Like maybe
And
if
he
you had
broke
asked
her
her, maybe
heart.
the lady would have said yeah, yeah,
And so
yeah.
he broke her heart and like,
Maybe
no,
it
I'm not
even
marrying
seen
him.
some change behavior, but like when you still presenting yourself as the same playboy that you been and you cheated on me, just because you asked me to marry me doesn't mean the slate is wiped clean and I forgot.
Right. Or that I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, you're never going to cheat on me again. No, no.
So I'm assuming that Usher is also mentioning this because he's probably likely hearing some of that same backlash about this white woman that he's married
Yep.
now. Is
Yep.
she the same age as him or is she older too?
No, she's 40.
Okay. How
And
old is Usher?
45. So she's
Okay.
younger. But
Okay.
she's a record executive, and she's kind of been in this camp for a while now, and I guess she's just kind of been around for a minute.
Hmm.
And they had them two babies back to back, which gives me hope because that means she
Which
was 38 and
surprised
39 when she had her kids.
with those her first ones?
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah.
hmm
I don't know. I guess it just surprised me. Maybe just because I hadn't really been tapped into what Usher had been doing, or I didn't even know Usher had younger kids. I knew about the boys he had with
He
Tamika,
got
but
a
I didn't
one
even
and
know
a
he had
2 year
any
old.
babies.
He got a
Yeah, I
one
didn't know
and a
nothing
2 year
about that.
old. hmm
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And they're cute too. They're adorable. I mean, if you like it, I love it. If she is ride or die and she's doing her thing as a record label executive, and y'all are a happy family. I mean, I feel like Usher's career has really went like pew these last 2 years, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to guess she's had a bit of a hand in that. And to,
Well, also something I think very fitting for us to have these conversations. We have them all the time, but very fitting, be it Black History Month. But I think another part of people issue is that I just hope he doesn't do the Kanye. And when I say the Kanye, I mean Black people. I know I certainly do. Let me speak for me first and foremost. But a lot of Black people feel it to be extremely hypocritical to speak on Black issues incident when you married a white woman. So I hope he doesn't have like the Kanye effect where it's like you've now married this white, like Kanye married this white woman, and you still talking about how they do our people, and you still talking about the plight of our people. Like, bro, please. And actually, who was it? Killer Mike, I think, just did an interview with. Oh, who was interviewing him? I can't remember, but he basically was saying, when I see in the comments, when I be on social media and I see in the comments people talking about things in relation to me and Black issues, I go to their page and I see, oh, you married to you don't even have a sister. You're not even with a sister. So me and you don't relate. You don't me being in my
I
community,
wish you watched Love is Blind.
you being me being in my community, I still live in my same community. I didn't, go off to the suburbs somewhere far away. I still have a hand in uplifting my community and trying to make the community look better and be better. And then I see somebody trying to talk to me about it who didn't even marry a sister. We can't even have a conversation. You can't even talk to me. I feel the same way. So I guess
Um,
more power to Usher. But if he thought that they was talking about him and Tamika because she was older, they certainly gonna talk about that white lady that you married.
yeah, because she's not even like.
Yeah, she's not even. I know what you mean. You ain't even have to finish for it.
Hey, I'm
She
not
ain't
married.
one
I'm
of them.
single. I ain't got no man. I ain't got no
Mm.
kids. Don't nobody want to lay up with my black ass. So let me shut up.
Child, please. I'm gonna say what I didn't
I'm
even need to
going
be
to
for
be
you.
quiet. They probably don't date niggas. Don't date me because my hair look like this.
Girl, shut up.
No,
You're
because
dumb.
my shit's long, okay, and it's healthy, and that's why it shrunk all the way up here. Don't play with her. Not one of them.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, another interracial issue
Yes.
that you mentioned was
Yes.
about the lady from Spain. So, for the listeners who haven't seen the conversation on Twitter or where the video originated, I guess was maybe
TikTok.
TikTok or maybe even Instagram. Tell us about the lady in Spain.
So there's a young woman who I'm gonna say she was in her early 20s. She was, and this is another assumption, doing a study abroad in Spain and had spent some time over there. And she decided to do a compilation of all the men she met, or dated while she was there. And it was, it was a little cheeky, funny video. Like, she was like, this guy was really nice. This guy was really handy. This guy always wanted to go out to eat. This guy was really artsy. This guy was really rich. It was very tongue in cheek, very funny. It was not she wasn't exposing anybody. She wasn't
No, she wasn't exposing anybody, but these men didn't have no problem being on the camera. That's how you know when a nigga really feeling you. He be all in it.
all in the pics, okay?
And
And
it was a couple of different guys. How many guys did you say that she showed in that video of
five
her
or
dating?
six.
Okay, 5 or 6 different guys.
Some were a little older, some, probably her age. And, she just kind of documented her dating experiences while she was in Spain. This is an old video and it recirculated and it forced her to come out and release another TikTok video addressing her video. And so the issue was that black men started and maybe some other people started talking shit about her because she was out here dating these, non-browns, as I like to call them,
So the 5 or 6 guys were all
all non-brown. None of them were black.
mhm.
Which
Okay.
I mean, in if you're studying abroad in Spain, I'm pretty sure there aren't niggas out there, and if there are, there's not many, right? So,
I mean,
like,
ain't no black people in Spain.
I'm sure there are, but they're not like the people that live in Spain are Spanish. Most of them, They're like
Hmm.
that's where they're from. Like so, and if and from experience, European men like the blacks.
Okay.
They are very forward. They
Oh
do not
wow.
they don't they the whole interracial, I don't want to that doesn't happen over there, at least not in my experience.
Okay.
The little
Didn't know that.
the man that was sweet on me in Italy on my 30th birthday trip is still my friend to this day. We text every once in
Mm.
a while, and he still is like, one day I hope we can like hang out and be together again. Like he's very much like, heart eye emojis towards me. If I lived in Europe, I would have been married. Like, trust. So
Hmm.
there's two things that are happening here. This young girl is in a new place, making new friends. There probably aren't any other young black men her age studying abroad or living in Spain. So when she wants to go out and have a nice dinner or be rubbed up and cuddled up with somebody, 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to be a spicy white, a Spanish man, a non-brown.
Hmm. Hmm.
So she was just documenting her experience. And then you have this population of people that want to start talking down on this girl and criticizing
What
her.
population of people?
I'm going to go with black men.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Had a lot
You
to
shaking
say.
the table.
And it's just like, I don't know any other race of, I'm trying to be careful with my words here, but like black men are so critical of what black women are doing. And it's just like, but y'all don't even, do y'all want that girl? Are y'all trying to
Mm.
date that girl? Are you
Mm.
interested in her and her reel broke your heart or something? Like, why are y'all talking down on somebody that don't even know you? She don't know you. And that was the message of her video, which I personally appreciated. You don't know me. You don't know shit about my life experiences. Not everybody has the opportunity to go live in Spain. Some people will never even go on a trip to Spain.
Hmm.
I am confident in myself and who I am and how I live my life to not give a fuck about what any of you guys were saying. And she said, I'm not going to argue back and forth with y'all about your feelings about me dating interracially. Interracially, I don't care. I don't care. You have to argue with yourself. I don't even
Hmm.
know. The reason I'm addressing this is because the video has made its rounds again and there's a lot of chatter. But I'm just here to tell y'all I don't care. And I love that. I absolutely love that. Why do y'all care so much about what this little girl was doing in Spain, having a worldly experience? Have you been to Spain? Do you have a passport?
So was it only black men, or was it some of us black girls too saying,
I
"Why are you dating all these
From
white
what I
men?"
can gather, it was black men that were going ham, and and,
Okay.
and so her issue was them talking shit and saying negative stuff about her and her dating experiences. Are y'all trying to date her?
See, that's my whole thing though. I want the black men, like if y'all have that energy, I ain't mad at that energy because I just want to, but I want to also make sure that you're dating white women, black women, because
Yeah.
a lot of y'all be hard assing on these white women, and y'all be wanting to have these mixed babies, and y'all don't be wanting like a black girl. So if you're gonna have that energy about her dating a white man or white men, I just want you to have that same energy when it's time for you to decide where you procreate.
It's just like,
That's
I mean,
all.
damn, you don't want to date us, so we go where we're wanted, and then you see that we're enjoying our lives with men who want us, and that's still a problem.
Mm.
Just like the Galentine's thing. Why was
Well,
y'all so mad about what single women were doing with their time and their money? Did you ask somebody to be your Valentine? Did you have a flower and a chocolate and a card to give to somebody? You
mm.
didn't? Oh, okay, well then shut the fuck up about what these women are doing, celebrating love with their friends and their family. Be quiet.
I
Don't
saw the link that you sent me. I didn't really read too many of the comments. I read the gist of what it is you're saying, but I also was wondering once I thought about it, the people that are saying something, whether it's black men or some other demographic, I also wondered, were people also taking issue with the fact that there were so many men in the video that she was
that
showcasing,
could
that she
that could
was,
be that could also
because
be
that was what it really, to me, and y'all know how I feel about black people, black men, black. That's all I know. But what I saw in the video really didn't raise my eyebrows about her dating, not dating black men. It was the fact that she had so many men in the video
mm-hmm.
that she was showcasing, that she was like running around Spain with. That was what it was for me. And so I wonder,
I think she
did
touched on that too, because she was like, you don't know what I was doing with any of these people.
That's
for
true.
for
That's
y'all to have
true.
so much chatter.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's true. And I know personally that I have had conversations with black men about the fact that they take issue with. Oh Lord, how deep we going today, Passion?
What is their issue?
Well, I wonder did that was that really what gave them an issue, and they instead of voicing that as the issue, they just touched on the fact that the girl was out dating a bunch of non-brown people. When really what it may have been is the fact that you telling me about these dates you going on, but you showcasing 5, 6 different men that you doing all this dating with. So it's giving
Hoochie?
promiscuous,
Okay.
hoe,
Okay.
fast, like is like that's what I took from it. When I personally watched the video, that was the first thought in my head. Not about the fact that she was dating men who wasn't black like her. It was the fact that, God damn, girl, like I literally said that I was with, damn, it's another one and another one and another one. That was what I saw. That was what I saw. And the girl's documenting her life, her way,
Mhm.
and she's welcome to do that.
Mhm.
As a woman, I can tell you that, just because you see us with somebody don't mean we sleeping with everybody.
Exactly. Exactly.
You
And
know,
when
and,
you
and
when
I'm
you
sure that
open up
there are
your
women
life and put
I'm
things on
sure that there
social
are women
media,
who are doing that, who are entertaining sexually several different men. Me personally can't relate. Can't ever relate. Ain't ever related to that in my life. I don't know that I would have showcased a bunch of men I was dating in the same video just because of
I'm not
how it
showcasing
came
anybody.
across. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
This is someone I believe that is
because
like
let me
very
play devil's
young
advocate.
too.
Because let me play devil's advocate. When you say Pasha, when you say, but do you want to date the girl? Like she's a black girl. Black men, all the black men that are taking issue with this, do you want to date her? And if I was a black man who had complained about the video, I would have said, hell no, I don't want to date a woman who is,
Have a revolving door of
flamboyant out
men.
here with 5, 6 different men at a time. No.
Mhm.
Now that I understand. That
Yeah.
I'm with.
Yeah, I don't want to be one of six. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think, and it is something that it's something I've always thought about. It's something that I'm like cognizant of, particularly having an online presence at this point about what it is that I show. Because as much as I do show, trust me, it's tons more that I don't. But what I
Mhm.
would never do is I would never just be like, even the guy that I was dating that, you would see him show up in my videos. You never saw his face.
Mhm.
You might have saw a hand, a leg, a foot, an arm, a shoulder, but you never saw his face. I could literally make a video right now. I could go on a date right now with a different man, and I could put him in the video the same way and only show certain
A
things so that
shoe,
I'm with a man, but you don't know what man that I'm with. I don't know that I would showcase 5 to 6 different men.
faces and all.
It was a lot to digest. It was a lot.
Mhm. Like, damn, she was
Um,
out here, okay.
and
But
I think
also,
it matters about, particularly with this being the age that it is and the internet and social media and all of that. I think how you show up online does matter in real life. Like you can't want a man to take you serious and you show up online with 5 or 6 different guys at a time.
mhm.
I don't believe that that is fair to even say that, well, I might not be sleeping with all of them. Well, you kind of just made it feel a certain way,
We don't know
though.
that. We don't know that, and
We don't know. We
when you
don't
post
know.
on social media, you open yourself up to comments and,
Mm-hmm.
questions, comments, concerns,
Critique.
and critique, and that's what happened. And she had a little clap back, and I thought the clap back was funny. But I guess the larger issue for me was, why were the men on her head about, the issue that I picked up on was that she was out here dating all these white men, not,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, she might be a hoe. That wasn't, what came across for me. But if that wasn't, why is that an issue for you?
Which part?
Why do black men get mad when they see a black woman with a non-brown man? What's the
I think
problem?
the same reason white black women get mad when they see a black man with a white woman. Because it's like it ain't but a few of y'all out here. I mean, I can count on one hand how many of y'all out here, and I don't need all 5 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one good one or the one that I see that might look halfway decent,
Don't even want my
you
kind. Mm-hmm.
and this is literally how I be.
My favorite is when I see an interracial couple out and the black man be looking at me like, why are you looking at me? I'm by myself.
Blink twice if you need help, baby, because I don't know what you're looking for.
Like, why are you looking at me? I'm not. You looking at me, looking at you because you with this white girl. I'm not. I don't actually like both of you are ugly, so I don't care.
But I've had that same experience though. Like what you looking at now?
Hmm.
Why didn't you look at that before?
I was at the Mall of
It's almost like
America.
an awkward tension too. Like you ever been like walking
It's
this way
and then
and they
that
walking this way. Y'all gotta pass each other, and
like,
it's
damn,
like,
that fine ass black girl just saw me with this white girl, and it's like
you
I
did,
did.
you did.
Y'all have a good one, y'all, because that's where it starts and stops for me. I see you in passing, and but
Mhm.
it's always kind of like a very like a sheepish like oh shit, and
Mhm.
it's just
No,
like
hi, now we see you.
yeah,
We see
you
you.
and your Frigidaire, yes, I see you because they be big and white like a Frigidaire. They do. I'm sorry. I am so
Friend.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's always a Frigidaire they hugged up on. Always.
Well, piggybacking off of that incident with the lady from Spain, how do you feel, or do you make a point to be sure that you show up online a certain type of way,
Pre-
in
in-
relation to how it might appear to someone that you may potentially date in the future?
I I'll do my little bikini pics, and I might show a little cheek, but I'm not gonna
Hmm.
be in full lingerie on social
Hmm.
media.
Okay, now that's something that I always wonder about too. It is okay for a woman to be essentially in a bra and panties if it's a bathing suit, but not a bra and panties if it is underclothing.
I'm not gonna post pictures of me laying in my bed in my bra and panties, but I am
Hmm.
gonna post pictures of myself
On the
in my
beach.
bikini on a beach.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
time and
Okay.
place, time and place.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now if I decide to take my top off and run down the beach, that's not a video I'm posting on social media.
Right.
Um, um, I also like a secure, confident man who's gonna
Mhm.
look at my Instagram and chuckle a little bit. Because
Mm.
for me personally, I feel like my Instagram is very vanilla.
Mm.
I don't really have, body pics. I don't really
Mhm.
wear body con.
Mhm.
But I will show you in my bikini. I will show me in my bikini and Turks.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
will do that.
Mhm.
But
Or I will wear like a revealing top,
yeah,
or
like, oh, I'm
like
showing
tight
cleavage.
pants, or
That's all I got. So, I mean, I got to show a little something. I have great eyes, I have good lips, and I have great tits. I'm gonna show a little something, because you want to entice men or visual. But I'm not.
Mhm.
I don't want a man to look at my social media and be like, "Damn, I could see everything," and that means everybody
Mm.
could see everything.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I do think about that. I remember this one dude. I hope he don't listen to this. I remember this one
Uh-oh.
dude. He had a crush on me back in the day, and I rebuffed his advances. And he has literally had like a fucking complex ever since then. And the issue is, the issue for him was rejection. Being
Mhm.
consistently rejected or really wanting something so much and not being able to have it. And it's just like, oh, welcome to
Mhm.
my world. What the fuck, you'll be all right. But anyway, he was like, you know, Pasha, I know that there's a ton of men that like you, but you don't like them back. I mean, you did it to me. And it's just like, I know I didn't like you. I didn't, I didn't get the tingles for you. It's not like you're a bad person or you're a bad looking person. It's not that. I just was not feeling the vibe. And
Mhm.
so, every once in a while we'll catch up and have conversations and we'll talk about dating. And he had brought up like, my social media. And he was just like, where are you going when you're, meeting people? Like, where are you placing yourself? And he was like, you'll have pictures of you going out or on vacation. He's like, but where are pictures of you at like a gala and stuff? And I was just like, and at the time, because this was a couple years back, I laughed and I'm like, well, what gala am I going to go to and with whom? The sneaker ball? Because I'm not wearing an evening gown and no sneakers. I'm not doing that. So even if that was a gala I could go to, I'm not fucking going to that. But like, his comment was very much like, you know, I see your social media, and I don't necessarily see you doing anything elevated, if you will. And I mean, it made me laugh for reasons, but I'm not going to go into those reasons because that's mean.
Mm-hmm.
But like, look at your Instagram, my guy. What you got on there? You ain't got
What's on there?
nothing, because we ain't seeing no hot body pics. You ain't you ain't in the gym. You ain't offering up a deep V that we can see. I'm not seeing anything. So like,
Mm-hmm.
you're I can't even pull up your social media and show a homegirl if you fine or not. So like,
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? So men
Uh,
do look, they do make observations, and they make a judgment call based on, what they see and how you act. For me, what you see is what you get, but I am not
mhm.
going to be in, lingerie full, just laid out like Amber Rose or some shit. I'm not going to do that. I don't
I
have the
mean,
body
even
either, so.
for me, even past social media, you know, men can always say whether a woman is in lingerie on her, or something too revealing on her social media or not. But I mean, like, even in real life, though, to me, like, what your life looks like in real life matters too. It's not like, I feel like a lot of people get hung up on social media, which is why I don't like, when I first meet somebody, I don't even like them to have my social media.
Mhm.
Every guy that I have talked to, like in the past 5 years, has asked me as soon as we start talking, what's my social media? And I don't want to give it to you
Mhm.
because I just don't feel like we need to be that intertwined or connected until I even know if I like you enough.
I feel like
Like
when a
how you
guy
show up
has
in
your
real
social
life.
media, he can check up on you on social media, but not really check up on you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mhm.
And to me, what matters more is how you show up in real life. Like the
Mhm.
life that you live and the person that you are. Are you somebody that I could be proud of? Are you somebody that I could take home to meet my daddy?
Can I show my
You
mom your
know?
Instagram?
Are you, I think men feel the same way too though, because a lot of the a lot of guys, maybe you would date somebody or hang out with somebody that you like or maybe visually appealing or just maybe you feel like you have a connection with, but you won't take them to meet your family, your best friends. You won't introduce them to like the points of your life, like the sacred parts of your life, like meet your family. A guy that dates a girl who is like Amber Rose or like even a stripper, are you going to take the stripper to meet mom?
Right.
The person who has been on the stage and shown their body to anybody that's willing to throw a dollar at it, are they worthy of meeting your closest circle of people?
Mhm.
Your children, like, are they worthy of having a like secure part of your life? How
Mhm.
you show up in real life still matters to me. I don't personally
Yes.
want to take no former drug dealer to home to meet my daddy.
Oh.
I don't want to take somebody who has sex crimes on their record to meet my mama.
Oh, hell no.
I don't want to take anybody that has those sort of like that background, that really dark past to meet
Mhm.
my people.
Mhm.
We might hang out, we might go vibe, but you're never gonna get in. You're never gaining entry, sweetie. Never.
Right,
It's
right.
never gonna be you.
It's a chop.
Ever. Yeah. That's just me though.
Very
Um,
interesting. Very
mhm.
interesting. Yeah, I mean, I personally, I feel like, if guys look at my social media, they probably think I'm corny because of my little "get ready with me" video.
Why you say that?
I don't know. Men might think it's corny. I don't know. I don't ask. I don't make the videos for them anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was like, she does get ready with me, and it's kind of corny." Oh well. What is?
Girl, everybody does that. That's like I don't know.
It's like when you post your shots that you're taking or your cheers video. It's like a thing.
Hold on
Everyone
one
does
second,
it.
friend. I thought I had all my devices all charged up, but clearly I can't get it right. One second.
Oh Lord.
Um. Oh, I've been sitting too long.
Come on, skin. It's giving
Then
glow.
my phone ringing, child.
I don't got on this. Oh, I got some blush on, but that's it. Blow out
Okay.
this hair.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Different strokes for different folks. If taking home the stripper lights your fancy, or if taking home the girl that had 5 to 6 different guys on her trip to Spain or study abroad, if
Mm-hmm.
it does it for you, I guess, child.
I've
But
I'm done dating. I have bowed out gracefully. I have
friend, now wait a minute
I've
now.
jumped
Where
out of
did
the
this
dating
come
pool.
from? Friend, where did this come from?
I'm just tired. And
I
and
feel
and
you.
and you know, I for the past year, I have made a conscious effort to date. And it hasn't worked for me. You know, the guy that I met when I first moved here, where it was like star-crossed lovers in the club, like I thought that that was going to be my man for real, but you know, he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, so it didn't work out. So, you know,
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
so
Okay.
I sat back, didn't do nothing, kind of entertained my ex-boyfriend from years back for a little bit,
Mm,
didn't really, nothing materialized there. Then I tried to get on Hinge, met a guy last year, and he misrepresented himself.
mm,
And so once I took the time to date him and get to know him, I quickly realized no, he is not the one. Stop dating him. Sat back for a
hmm,
little bit, and then I don't believe, yeah, because I stopped. It took about a good 6 months for me to kind of be like, yeah, no, and cut
mm,
it off. And
mm.
then,
In dating him, the one that you knew.
yeah,
Okay.
Lawyer Bay.
Why do you think it took 6 months?
Because I'm one of those girls that's like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want to, instead of being like, hey, nigga, it's a no. I was having a hard time, um, putting the word, letting him down. Like
Mm,
I hate rejection. So the last thing I want to do is reject someone, especially when I know that they really like me and they like
mm,
me. They really see a bright future ahead with me.
mm,
And so, it took a while before I could finally be like, no, and I'm
mm,
done and we are done. And
mm,
so that was in June of last year, sat back. And then in September, that's when I met the cutie pies at that party. Remember, I met two guys in the same day, and I had
mm,
exchanged Instagrams with one and then exchanged phone numbers with the other. And went on a few dates with both, and then kind of came to the conclusion that it's a no. And so, and please do not think because I named all these men that I was doing anything with all of them. No. And like I said, if I dated you for a little bit, I sat back if it didn't work
mm,
out, and then I just happened to meet somebody else. So yeah,
mm,
I'm done. I'm done now. I mean, everyone that I met, they were cool. They just weren't for me.
mm,
One guy was like, we met in January. I know he was gonna try to be engaged by September. Yeah, like that was the path he was on. He was
And
trying.
there's nothing wrong with that path
No, he was
if it's
presenting
the right
himself like,
person.
hey, like if you're looking for marriage and a husband, this is the kind of husband I'm gonna be. And I said no thanks. I
Hmm.
just that my husband
Yeah,
isn't
I don't think there's definitely nothing wrong with that if you find the right person,
right.
particularly if you are our age. Because I personally like at 2 years and 3 years,
Yeah.
I gotta cut you loose
Yeah,
because
my
you've been
grandma
wasting my
said
time.
3 years max, and if you ain't figured it out in 3 years, then get to stepping.
Hmm.
The
And
one,
even for guys, if you've been dating somebody for 3 years and you feel like you still don't know if it's them, it's not. It
right,
really doesn't.
right,
It's not.
because there's a moment when like, oh, this is my person. The
Hmm.
super cute one that I was like heart eye emoji for, um, great personality, very handsome, comes from a great family. I just don't think I'm his type, and that's okay. And
Mm.
that's totally
Mm.
fine. And then the last one, the last man standing, if you will, I can tell he too was looking at a bright future in marriage, and I did not think he was the one. And
Okay.
I mean, this is dating. This is what you do when you date. You get to know someone, you spend time with them, you kind of figure out if it is or if it isn't. And for me, it's
Hmm.
just been a lot of isn't. And
Mm.
I've decided to really, I'm taking a full step back. I'm taking a full step back. In part because, sometimes I think, is God not sending me my person because I'm personally not ready?
Yeah,
Have
I've
I
had those
taken
conversations too, but I'm just worried when you say you're done. Like
No, I'm not
you not
completely done. I'm just like, I'm not calling anybody. I'm not texting nobody. And if you
okay.
guys don't want to call and text me, that's okay too. Like my phone, if my phone is dry, It's like
Baby, my phone and the
I'm not
Sahara are twin flames.
twin.
Nothing's going
Where
on.
have you been? Um,
Okay.
it's just
I hate that song, by
I'm
the way.
me too.
It's
Um,
so annoying.
very. Nobody down, down, down,
It's the
down,
yodel.
down, down.
It's the yodel for me. It's just it's ear. It's like, oh, I just want to cover my ears. I can't take y'all serious with that song. It's just ugh.
So yeah, I'm not really. I've just I'm not going to take a full step back. I'm just not putting forth any effort right now.
Mm.
That's what I'll say. I'm not putting it because I'm not telling my mom because she's gonna be like, God, please, no, you 37.
Well, I mean, I guess the only effort I'm putting in is like I'm open to meeting. Like I'm
Yeah,
not,
I'm totally open. But
but
honestly,
I'm not.
boy, I don't really
I
give
don't
my
even
phone
know if I
number
would
out
say
no
I'm putting.
more.
I don't even know if I would say I'm putting myself out there. Like I don't know,
I'm not giving my phone number out anymore.
girl. Giving my phone number out, child. Whew.
I'm not like, can I get your phone number? No, no.
Well, the last person that had my phone number was Cigarette Breath, and I cut him loose within 48 hours.
Yeah, I'm just, you know what I've been enjoying joy. You know what I've been enjoying joy. I love that your name is Joy, but anyway, uh, I, I'm at home. I have made a lovely life. I think I like this little life. Okay, I have made a home and a life. I like my schedule. I'll be at the gym doing my little workout shit. My job requires a certain level of focus and
Mm,
free time. My personal life has to be a little bit open because my job kind of merges, like,
mm-hmm,
I because I don't have to go out and kick it with any of my friends because I've been out every single day this week for work
mm,
type trip.
mm,
So for me, and also I want someone that can handle the fact that I am successful, that I am 37, that I am a six-figure earner, that I do have a job that requires maybe 40 hours, like I might get home at 8 o'clock or 9. Like I need someone that's cool with that because he's got his own
mm-hmm,
stuff going on. I can't date
mm-hmm,
somebody that, has a different job, not even
mm,
job, but like just the lifestyle is a little bit different because of what they do for a living. Like everything is Gucci over here, and if you're gonna come over here and disrupt that, don't even come over here.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I am a lot. I'm very successful. I have a wonderful family. I come from three like generations of strong, beautiful, successful women, and with
mm-hmm.
some men sprinkled in there too. I've got a stepfather in the home that is very present, and he don't play that shit. And can you take care of my daughter? Because that's what I want to know. Are you going to be? Can you?
Mm-hmm,
I know my daughter can take care of herself. Not
mm-hmm,
worried about that. Can you take care of my daughter?
mm-hmm.
Can you fit in with
See,
the
that's what it
family?
is. That's what it is for me because I only work. All my family want to call me right now. Um,
They getting Miss Jordan on the line.
I only work because I have to. Because like the bills got to be paid. I
Right,
gotta eat. I like things,
right, right.
But I want to. I would. I God knows this. Okay, these are discussions me and the master have had, and I know that he will grant me the desires of my heart because
Yes.
he said so.
I
But
feel
I
like
don't
God is
want to
like,
work.
your bank account ain't big enough to be married and have kids, sis.
Like I don't want to. I don't want to have to work. My husband is gonna make enough that I just simply don't have to if
Right.
I don't want to. And that doesn't mean that I want to be lazy and I want to lay around the house. No. But also, this is ghetto.
It
And I
is.
don't want Verizon texting me to remind me my bill is due.
Right.
Like I don't.
Right.
All I know is that the phone works because the husband paid the bill all the time. Like there's just a certain lifestyle that I want to live.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started to curtail the type of places that I go so
Mm-hmm.
that I'm more likely to run into men who are
Mm-hmm.
capable of us having the life together that we
Mm-hmm.
both desire.
Mm-hmm.
Because the man that I'm going to be with don't desire for his wife to work. He just don't. if she wants
or
to,
you ain't gotta
she
work if you don't want
can.
to.
Right. If you want it, maybe do what you want to do.
Save,
But
get
if you
keep
don't want
your
to,
money.
don't.
Right, right,
I didn't need you to go 50-50 with the rent, the mortgage,
right.
the car note, the insurance. I didn't have to
Mm-hmm.
do that.
You know, but I also want someone that's adventurous and like wants to get out and do stuff. And you know, some dudes be like, I don't really like museums. I don't really got a passport. I ain't never been out the country. Ooh, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You know, it's just, you know what, Joy? I'm not going to point the finger at everybody and say everybody just sucks because I'm sure I have my shortcomings too. But I feel like maybe, you know, maybe let me take a step back
Okay.
from the dating that has not been working, focus more on me,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll try again if an opportunity presents itself that's worthy. That's the other thing too. Like I be giving niggas my number out of like sympathy, and we have to stop that.
Oh no, ma'am.
Like,
Hell
oh,
no.
he's all
Like when
right
you talking about you
looking.
don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Yeah, I gotta
You
stop
know one
doing
thing.
that.
Well, you know one thing. I would make up like a lie. Usually my lie is I have a
I have a
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
And I'm not. I feel like I don't even want to do that anymore, and I just want to be like, no, thank you. I'm just not interested, or
Yeah,
because if I'm not interested, I'm just finna tell you.
yeah,
I'm just finna tell
and
you.
that's also something I need to work on too. Just tell the motherfucker you ain't interested.
Right? Yeah, because I'm not.
We don't have to do
So.
this anxiety of I don't know what to say. I don't want to say it. I don't want to talk about how I don't like this and I don't want to no, just say
Is you doing the dance with it for me?
just say you're not interested, period.
Right. So hopefully I find somebody soon, meet somebody soon that I am in. Like
I
I
want to
want to
have
meet
a
somebody,
baby at 38 and 39.
particularly like when you know you've met people and it's like you instantly just like, okay, this,
Is what
yeah,
I'm talking about.
yeah, this right here, this one I've been waiting on. This is something.
Like, yes.
That's the only, like at this point, that's the only kind of experience that I want to have.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
I
want to
know
meet somebody and
how
be like, well, I don't know, you
and you
know, they
and you know me, Joy.
might.
I'm very much a
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
I am that girl.
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
am that girl.
Mm-mm.
But you also know how I am when I really like somebody too. You know the
Mhm.
because you pointed out like, oh, I could tell you like him
Mhm.
because you speak about him like this, and I can tell you don't really like him because you speak about him like you know. Like I know
Mhm.
how I feel when I really fuck with somebody. I know how I
Mhm.
feel when I don't.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just kind of like I just kind of want to go to the gym and eat sticks and rocks and be skinny, and then we'll see in June. We'll see in June.
Like I want to have one of those conversations where, or even get like a text from you. Like I've gotten text from you before. Like I don't know, just like okay, girl. Like I'm waiting on you to hit me up, and I hit you up, and I'll be like, baby,
Yeah,
girl,
yeah.
one of them, or nothing.
Like I
No,
went on a
thank
date and it's not over and it's been 48 hours. I want that. Like, what's up with that?
you.
You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm just I don't know. I'm trying not to, you know, trying to stay out of down and out land. Because it is the older I get, it's very, you know, you can find your way there. You know, and I do think like when am I going to get chose? I want to be I want a nigga to look at me and be like that is my wife. But I want him to be tall, handsome, successful. Like I want him, you know, smell good, dress not like
Mm,
you know,
mm,
hardworking, smart, friendly, not too friendly, but
mm,
friendly.
mhm.
You know, and swaggy. You know, like I want to meet my equal. I told my mom that and she was like, "Good luck." And I'm like, "Wow."
Damn.
Fucked up. Because my mom feels like Pasha, you're an overachiever, and with everything you've achieved in your life, like finding someone that literally checks all the same boxes you have, like be realistic. She said you might have to step outside your race for that. Hurt my feelings a
Well, I
little.
don't think that I don't think perfection exists, but I do think that I
Oh,
can have what I
perfect
want.
joy.
I think I can have what I want though. I think I can have
Same,
what I want.
same,
Yeah.
same.
Like, I mean,
And I don't have to settle for you just because you like me. Just because you like me and you think you've shown up like however you've shown up doesn't mean I have to say okay. I don't have
yeah.
to. My kitty
I'm not
cat is
going
not
to.
purring. There's no
I
murmur.
leave that to the girls who desperate. I'm just not desperate enough.
I'm not either.
I'm not desperate and I ain't sorry. So just what it is.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on that note,
Okay.
it's a great convo today.
It was.
Really good convo. Oh, okay.
It really makes me want to take some of the conversation offline because we can't get y'all
Oh yeah,
too much.
can't talk about everything. But I did want to ask you to close the loop. Um, do you believe when you make a mistake, do you deserve a second chance? Do you believe in second chances in redemption?
For most things, yes.
Okay, what is excluded in that?
Sexual predators.
Right. Okay, of course, of course.
You can't sexually abuse a child and get a second
Hell
chance.
no. Rape, none of that. None of that.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so domestic violence, you'll give someone a pass.
I'm not giving you a pass, but I do believe that there can be changed behavior. Um, and I think like when we talk about domestic violence, there also has to be context there as well.
Okay. Yep.
Because there has to be context there because it's a lot of black men out here with domestic violence charges for simply trying to defend themselves from someone who was already berating and attacking them 1st. And it's a hard thing to come to grips with and have there be some understanding there. But I think as somebody who has seen it firsthand, somebody who has been a victim of domestic violence from an ex-boyfriend, I see every single angle,
Yeah.
and I'm not just speaking from a place of what I think and how I personally feel.
Mhm.
I'm talking about how I have felt as a
Mhm.
victim, the things that I have seen women do to men for the sole purpose of getting them in trouble because they knew that it would hurt them in the long run. Like I've
Mhm.
seen it all.
Mhm.
So I think that there has to be some context there, but yes, I do believe that there can be there can be changed behavior, and I do also know that there's some people they just beat on women, and that's just who they are.
Yep. Yep.
No,
My next question. When
I don't think there's a black and white in every
it's
single,
it's yeah, it's very
in
gray.
every single situation and circumstance.
Okay, on the subject of someone presenting something to you that you do not like or you do not accept, when do you assert yourself and say no thank you, and when do you say, you know what, I'm going to be gracious and I'm just going to accept this and we'll address it later?
That just never been part of my makeup.
Okay.
My friends know this about me. Like y'all already, if it's gonna be somebody that say something, oh, Joy finna say something, and she ain't gonna bite her tongue. She ain't gonna say it in a nice way. It's very much gonna be nasty.
Okay.
It's just never been. It's just never been me to be mute and quiet in
Mhm.
that way ever.
Same. Okay, last question. In the event that a very handsome, successful, non-brown man with some flavor steps to you,
Girl, you was taking me to a place, and then you said non-brown, and my shoulders dropped. Woo, girl, I was
if
getting
if
it.
if if
Yeah.
the person presented himself to you and was sweating you and applying pressure and doing all of the things and was cute, good looking, could dress, had a little flavor, had it all, would you take a chance or no? You'll pass.
Mm-mm. I just don't see it for nobody other than black men.
Got it.
Like you could literally, like when I say I can have what I want, you could literally give me a list on a man, and it'd be every single thing that I want, and
That skin color
the
ain't it.
the kitten is purring, and I get to that last bullet point, and it says non-brown, and it would be shut the fuck down. It would be dry up like a damn
Not dry up.
completely. Because no.
Interesting.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
What about you?
Okay. If someone wanted to present something to me that was less than, get that shit out of my face. Like the young man that
Don't play with my good sis.
tried to show what kind of husband he was gonna be. I don't want that. So that's a no for me. If I met like a Spanish handsome businessman,
Now, why you had to say Spanish? Because you only
non-brown is Spanish.
okay. Well,
it might be, and he was fine with like a man bun and a full beard. I
What if
might.
he was white? I ain't talking about these Spanish men. I'm talking about the white man.
I don't think so.
Okay. So you looking for somebody that got a little bit of melanin? What it sound like? What's a little
Seasonings
spice?
and flavor,
They
yeah.
use garlic pepper and garlic powder and onion powder when they cook.
Paprika,
A
chili powder,
little red pepper flake.
yeah, chili powder. You know, shit like that. Uh, so if you know, like if you handsome Spanish fine ass, remember when Rihanna was with that Arab? Mm-hmm. I would,
You see what she went to?
y-
A nigga.
yeah, and I understand. And because because honestly, that's where my heart is. Like the smell of a brush cut, oil sheen, and a tinge of weed. Like, girl, I'm
Ooh.
not getting that from a Colin. So I don't.
I'm
Honestly,
not getting that from a Colin.
I'm not. And honestly, when I'm outside and being cute and kind of looking around, it's not white men that are like catching my eye. Not to say that there
Mm-hmm.
aren't handsome white men.
Mm-hmm.
We see them on TV. We see them in the movies.
I've seen him in Whole Foods.
Yeah, like it's
I
not
can think
that.
you attractive and not be interested in dating you.
Exactly. But when I'm out and about and there's niggas on the scene, I be looking at the niggas. And but
Mm-hmm.
that's always been me though, just inherently. I've never, even when I was in high school, like my boyfriend was black. When I was in college, my boyfriend was black. Even my mixed boyfriend, even though he looked
Mm.
white, he was black. Okay.
Somebody watching on TikTok said, "I just wish they felt the same way about us."
Who, black men?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Um,
a bar.
And then what was the last one? Do I believe in second chances and redemption? Yes, I do. But when it comes to like if I was with somebody and you hit me, there is no second chance and we're done.
Mm.
A sexual predator, sexual assault, any crime related to that, can't do it. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
you were a street pharmacist and got bumped up, I'm gonna give you a break. I'm gonna give you a break. Because we all need money. We all need.
Mm-hmm.
We all.
Okay, so what about if the person is a recovering addict?
I don't know if I could do that.
Okay.
I don't know if I could do that. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know if I could do that.
Mm.
No, and for personal reasons though, there's addiction that runs in my family,
Mm-hmm.
and I just that is just something I'm gonna stay far away from, just because
Same.
I want my offspring maybe to not inherit some
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
like
Same.
like
Same.
if you were handsome, you're like, yeah, I was addicted to crack 5 years ago. Oh, I'm so sorry, hon.
I'm sorry to laugh, y'all, but it's just the way she said
Yeah, like I was
it.
addicted to crack a few years back. I'm sorry to hear that. Because the minute I find a
Yeah.
motherfucking rock somewhere, nope, 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 nope. Because
Yeah.
people do things in a drug fueled rage, in a
Mhm.
drunken stupor.
Mm.
A lot of
Mhm.
horrible things happen because people are not
Mhm.
in their right frame of mind. And I would hate to
Mhm.
be on the receiving end because you had a relapse.
Mm.
You know.
Mm.
So no,
Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's real, friend.
No,
That's real.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
So, and you bringing that shit up in my house? No,
Mm.
no, 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 no. You bring some shit
Yeah.
up in my house, I'm liable to go to jail for kicking your ass.
Mhm.
So no, it's strict
Um,
over here. It's strict over here. I'm fun. I'm a
Listen, we
great
all have
friend.
we all have our do's and don'ts and our wills and won'ts, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
just kind of hard set on mine.
Mm-hmm.
I know what they are at 37. I ain't trying to figure them out. I've had enough time to figure the things out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much just trying to be a wife
Yes.
and
And I just
whatever
don't
you
think
say, baby, to my husband.
everyone does not deserving of
I
being
just
in my
want to just live a
face.
life of ease. Whatever you say, baby. We do whatever you want to do. I'm just trying to kick back, be a wife, take care of the house, take care of my man, take care of us.
I'm
If you're not on that type of time, then I don't have no time for you.
And
So
for me, I'm tired of, oh, I like your vibe. You got a vibe. You're such a vibe, and it's a vibe. Blah, blah, blah. My vibe is so amazing that you know what? Everybody doesn't get to access it. No thanks.
mm-hmm.
I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over that because my crib is
Right.
nice, okay? And a bitch can make a meal. All right. And I do know how to go out somewhere and pull out my card if I want to, when I want to, if I choose to. I know how to put an
Mm-hmm.
outfit together. A bitch be smelling good, okay? And some of the stuff that I like to do and wear and go is a little bit expensive. So I'm not walking around like a brokey. Like it's really
Mm-hmm.
good over here. And I just don't think that
Mm-hmm.
everyone deserves all of this goodness,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're not going to do anything with it or appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
scene.
Vibe access denied.
Access denied.
Mm-hmm.
And motherfucker, you ugly. So I don't know why you thought you was coming over here anyway. Mm-mm. No. No, 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 no.
This was a good episode, friend.
It,
I enjoyed this one.
me too. We had some topics. Great
Mm.
talk. Okay. Do me a favor. Please watch 2020 on Hulu. It's about Tyrone Hassel the Third. Watch that, and I want to talk about that because there's a lot in there that we can discuss.
It's not reality based, is it?
It's true crime.
Okay.
True crime.
Okay. I gotta be careful and cautious and ask questions when you tell me to watch
Yeah,
something
watch.
because
It's 2020. Love, Honor, and Betray is like the title of this particular episode.
which reminds me, send me a text with that title, but this reminds me, we can make this the last thing. Did you see the clip of the interview with the man talking about he sent his wife the blue
I'm
hearts?
you have a good rest of your Sunday, Joy, because I don't want to talk about that retarded remedial ass shit. Get your slow. Why did that man interview his slow ass? Even
I was wondering how he got on because the name of the podcast is it's a real popular podcast. It's leaving my mind right now. Oh God, what is the name of it? Shit, I can't even think of it. But I was wondering why is he even on this podcast? What was he originally
I
on here to
have
discuss?
no desire to hear about a man who stepped out on his wife and had a baby with someone else and was able to keep I don't want to hear anything about your story. And then even listening to him try to explain what he did to redeem you talk like you don't read beyond fourth grade.
Or have the comprehension level beyond much of that either. Yeah, I tried to see.
I sent her
Let me
a
see if
heart
I can
emoji
figure
every
this
day.
every day, and I added another one. I made it to 21 days. It was hard. They go, what? And these are the type of men that y'all are marrying? God, I know it got to be some good ones left out of here because some of these hoes are settling for men like that.
If you
Thank you.
marry me and
Thank
you
you for
step
doing me the
out
favor because I
and
didn't
you
have to
have
come
a
across
kid,
him.
if you have a baby on me, we're done.
Hmm.
I'm getting a divorce for better or for worse. We're not going
Even
to get that worse.
outside, I agree, but even outside of him having the baby, the intellect showed you
Yes.
he was never fit to be a husband.
Yes.
He was never fit to be a
I
husband.
sent some blue heart emojis every day to help me and my wife overcome my cheating that resulted in another kid. Are you fucking stupid? The answer is yes. Yes. That's that, that infuriated me because he was up there talking like he was really dropping some gems. You ain't dropping shit with some blue hearts,
He really
honey.
because he thought the interviewer was gonna be like a bar. No, the interviewer was confused because he was like, so.
He's talking about, I'm getting ready to tell you. I'm getting ready to tell you. I'm getting ready to tell you what I did. You did
And it was like,
nothing.
okay, so we're all hanging on the edge.
For you to tell us you sent some blue hearts? Just like you're supposed to be.
Now everybody know the type of marriage that you in. Now we know you a dummy. Because we know this would be married.
Everybody, if a whole family of retards. Yeah, I said
it. Like I would be embarrassed now because people know not only is this my husband, but that he cheated, had a baby, and he's this fucking stupid.
And sent me 21 blue hearts to redeem himself.
Aww. Oh my gosh. Like I can't even imagine. Like I'm a person who like if we go out, I want to be able to like be so enthralled in conversation with you that I lose track of time. I forget that I have a drink that I should be sipping. Like I want to have these deep, thought-provoking, high-level conversations. and there's no way that's happening with someone with his mind frame. Like he
Right.
don't even have the vocabulary to talk to
There's
me.
2 marbles rolling around up there, and one of them is chipped. So that's all I got for that guy.
I'm weak. Yeah, that was
Pathetic.
divorce, sweetie. That's the only answer to any question that you may ever have now or going forward. The answer to it is divorce. You need to find a lawyer now. Okay?
Blue hearts. Please. Do you
So
have
what
a
you got going
job?
on, girl?
I wonder if he what
You don't have
what
sense.
does he do for a living?
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I don't even want to. I'm just keep my thoughts to myself.
This upcoming week I have some work stuff.
Okay.
So I'll be in the office Tuesday and Thursday. I got a hockey game on Wednesday, and then I'm doing a client, like a one-on-one client event on Friday.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let's see. This week today I'm going to the influencer networking event. What time is it? Let me get ready for that. Oh, TikTok flagged my live for hate speech.
Oh, because I said
Well, we do HATE blue hearts. TikTok.
I said
Okay.
RETARD.
Oh yeah, they don't like that word. Yeah, let's go ahead and end this before they block me for a week. What am I doing today? I'm going to the influencer networking event. Tuesday, I'm going to a little,
Oh, what's that?
It is the R&B night that I talked about. Cigarette breath, remember?
Oh yeah.
But the night is just that DJ really brings the vibes.
Okay.
Yeah, that DJ really brings vibes, which is why I'm so like irritated and pissed with myself that I came in here yesterday and fell asleep and didn't make it back out because he was going to be at the event that I was going to yesterday.
Got it.
Yeah. So then that's today. That's Tuesday, and I don't really have much else planned. Yeah, that's about it.
Very nice. Yeah,
I'm really just kind of preparing to go to this class that I'm doing. That's another. We'll talk about that offline. But yeah. I don't want to tell too much of my business.
Okay.
Okay. Well, friends on the TikTok, or if you came from Instagram, thanks for hanging out with us. Again, you can find the entire full episode on Wednesdays on YouTube, and then you can hear the audio on Fridays anywhere you can stream podcasts. That's where we are. So thank y'all for hanging out, listening to the Same Difference podcast. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Bye.